therapy and coaching, it's interesting because they look very similar. And I think I'll give you this explanation just so I can explain the differentiation. When people come to me for therapy,
Yeah.
as you probably can imagine, they're really looking at to excavate the past
Yeah.
because that's where a lot of the chains that are binding them are found.
Yeah.
And in coaching, we're looking at now and then the future, even though we have to observe the past often
Yeah.
in many ways, but we're not observing it in the way where we're hung up in it. And
Yeah.
so the deep dives that I do with people, I think similarly with coaching, take excavation of what you think about things, how
Mhm.
you feel about things, and then how do you behave in alignment with those things or incongruently with those things, depending on how you're seeing it.
Yeah.
So I bring mindfulness to my coaching practice, just like I do in the therapy practice. And in mindfulness, we look at the present, like you were saying earlier. And if we can track what's happening for us in the present, I do this body of work called Hakomi. And so
Mhm.
we look at our body and how it's resonating with our experience, our internal one and our external one, and we can kind of track where we are in any given moment. And so the deep dive for me begins there. Like right now in this moment, what are your deepest concerns, right? And often the question will leave an answer that's about past. And we'll say, well, that's interesting because you're talking about how I've never been able to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
And so if we can get underneath that, then we can get into this present moment because we can say, oh, that's impacting me in this way now. And so it's a very mindful way of looking at our current experience.